What's going on? I'm Carl Ragavan, Europe's original starting strength coach. This is Beautiful Strength. Now I'm going to get run through doing a proper full strongman style workout. Never done any of these lifts before, so I needed some help. Callan, Sinclair, do you want to tell us your background? I think you're like strongest man under 23s, right?
Yeah, so I'm currently Scotland's third strongest man under 23. Both naturally and through officials. I'm also the fifth strongest under 23 in the UK as well.
Just run through some of like your best strongman lifts and even like some straight like barbell lifts to kind of give people a reference of like your weight and your best numbers.
Yeah, so I weighed in 144.5 kilos this morning. Yeah.
I'm 125. I feel small.
Yeah, so I've got a 300 kilo deadlift. I've got 125 kilo log. I've got just today I benched 105 kilo for 10.5 reps. Failed the last one, but you know. I've got 160 kilo stone. I've leg pressed over 160 kilos. I've got a safety bar squat at 240. So yeah.
So he's pretty legit. So if someone's going to teach me strongman or at least be my guide for the day to give me a feeler, I think this is the bad to do it. So let's get into it. We are doing the log. This is like pretty much the classic thing that I normally see in like a strongman. So like for me, I'm super nostalgic. So for me, I used to see like at Christmas time, you used to see like strongmen, and to me, it's like stones, logs, and like some other crazy thing where they pick up a car or they like haul a jumbo jet and they just fucking just march.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those are kind of the staple movements of strongman. You don't get more kind of back to basics as this.
Right.
Such a fundamental movement.
All right, man. Yeah. So walk me through it.
Yeah. So you've got the log here, and you've got two handles in here with a neutral grip. You want to get both hands in here, and you basically want to hold it maybe like 2/3 of the way nearest to the end over there, so it's kind of, when you pick it up, it's kind of facing out the way. So after that, I'm going to stand up with it, sit down. Basically, the best way I can think of it is humping it up. Then when it's in here at the rack position, basically all you want to do is bend your legs and then basically jump up and press above your head.
Being strongman, I suspect there's going to be a lot of humping today because we're going to do the stones as well. So it'll be interesting. All right, let's give this a crack.
Cool.
What I'm seeing is once you lap it, your elbows are like like in an upright row.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So you want your elbows as high as possible because that way you can fully drive it in, and so you're not curling it either. So it's not as dominant on your biceps.
So that's the humping motion kind of vibes. All right, let me see what I got.
Yeah. Like that, yeah. Okay, perfect, yeah.
Squat down?
Yeah, squat down, pick it up, stand up with it, and try and when you... Perfect. Yeah. So one thing I'd say about that is when you get it in your lap, you're kind of bringing it towards yourself. If you face the handles out the way, almost at a 45-degree angle, yeah, basically that. So you can kind of use a lot more triceps and you can use your full range of motion, basically, yeah.
So I always got the impression that strongman, you needed to be strong to do strongman. So obviously you are strong, but me coming up, I actually was mediocre at best. So nowadays, my best press in the gym wasn't a push press, it was a press. We in starting strength, we used the double layback, which now I think Mitch Hooper, he uses a little bit of that within strongman. Yeah. A few strongmen do the layback, but I feel like he's kind of rekindled it and brought it back. And so my double layback press is 150 kilos. So at 120, 125. So I feel like I'm quite strong these days.
That's impressive,
But on a log, never done it. So I'm looking forward to feeling what 100 and more feels like, because I know feels completely different on this implement. So
Definitely, yeah, because it's so further when you're push pressing, you're coming from down here, so you got more kind of body to use. Whereas when it's here, you're kind of pushing from halfway up almost.
And
so
it's just way out in front of you, right?
Yeah.
It's just huge, yeah. So this will be interesting. Let's load it up and see what I can do.
Perfect. Well, let's see it, man. There you go.
Do I need to hold it more here again? I squat down more first.
Just bend your knees. It's just to pick it up, yeah.
Or is it more like a deadlift here?
Yeah, almost, yeah. There you go. Press. Easy.
Yeah, money.
See it.
That feel good?
Yeah, there you go. Put it out of the way.
In barbell sports, people get real superior about, like, I did that hook grip with chalk, no belt. Like, me working up to a log, just with no equipment. Is there any honor in that? Like, do strongmen, do they, like, rate you? If you did, like, let's say if I did a 150 kilo log with no equipment, just as I am, is there any sort of honor in that? Or do you get extra, like, man points? Or are you just
insane.
like, fuck it, all the gear, or I had no idea, kind of give a fuck, like?
If you press a 150 kilo log, that would be, like, insanely impressive. I mean, that would have to be, like, very top level in strongman, like Europe's that kind of level. Most guys that I know they use equipment whilst they're lifting and training, such as like your belt, your sleeves, and like chalk and stuff. But there's one guy that I train with. His coach will give him no kit at all, so no belt, no sleeves, no nothing. And that basically it just makes him a lot stronger in what he does. Kind of, you know, if you can do it without the kit, you're going to be a hell of a lot stronger with the kit. If you're in competition, you're going to get the same amount of points, obviously. But if you do it without the kit, it's just, you're an animal. Good enough.
Oh, yeah.
Push away from you and keep it in that position when you get in your lap. Press. Come on. Come on, press it. Easy.
Definitely, I positioned the handles right at that time.
Yes.
I felt like I lapped it a lot better.
Definitely, yeah.
But unlike the first couple, I was actually kind of letting the log float because it wasn't that heavy. But that last one, I actually kind of let it sit on my chest. And for me, this layback position I'm very strong in. So that just felt like such an easy push press once I just let it, almost like a back squat, where you just let it like sit on your back. For me, that's kind of how comfortable it felt.
Yeah.
I just let it sit there, gather myself, and then ping.
Yeah, totally. I mean, if you're in competition, that's something you'd very rarely see. I mean, if you're going for a max lift or something like that, then definitely you'd probably see the guys.
I would definitely get lightheaded or something. Right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're holding it up there for a good, like, 10, 15 seconds, have passed out doing this before. So, yeah, I mean, if you've seen Iron Bibi doing the world record press, he actually pressed it the first time and didn't get it quite right. Then he went for it again after it had been up there for about 15 seconds, which is just like mind-boggling. Like, the fact that he got 230 kilos is impressive enough, but the fact that he got it after he failed, because usually after that would be you absolutely cooked. Come on. Nice. Lovely. Come on, let's see this. Easy one.
Guys.
Nice.
There it is.
Lovely. Get it up there. Get steady.
Right.
Nice press. Come on. Push.
First time ever done a log, 120. I'm quite happy with that. Again, bearing in mind, right, disclaimer, I've been properly strength training for over a decade. I've been a trainer in the business for 2 decades of my life. So I started this when I was 18.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? I'm literally like 20 years in the game. Like I'll literally be 38, 2nd of July.
Wow.
So this is all I've known in terms of like training. Of course, I fucked around, but I've done a good solid decade of barbell training. And yeah, I'm real happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, you've been lifting as long as I've been alive. So, I mean, that's just to put that into perspective. I mean, I've only been doing this stuff for 2 years, and he's just waltzed in here and just it's not like he's just done that. It's just you have trained for it, and you've put in the hours, and that's what makes results.
Sweet, man. I'm already excited. I'm if anything else happens today, this is a great day. I'm already like super excited about it. So thank you, man.
Yeah,
Cheers.
That's phenomenal. Appreciate it.
Next event is the Viking Press. So yeah, walk me through it, man.
Yeah, so this Viking Press, probably my favourite overhead event, just because it's the easiest to do, and in my opinion, it kind of looks the coolest. Plus, you don't got to clean anything, so unlike the log, which is just a bastard. But here you can do it either way, so you've got handles here and here, so you can do neutral or the other one, and you can do it facing towards the machine or you can face away from the machine. It really just depends on what comp you've got, who the organisers are, kind of what's going to be what.
Because for me, being a barbell guy, I just instantly thought, oh, we're just pressing like this, but you like just grabbed it the other way. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so personally, I prefer doing it neutral grip, facing away. Just I feel like I get more power through my triceps and stuff. But I mean, you can do it whatever way you like. Yeah, go up here to the right position. And what's common to do when it's up here, you kind of bounce down into it. So it's almost like a reactive press. But most competitions, once it's past your ears or your chin, or your mouth, something like that, then that'll be what's considered death. Once you get
But it's push press, basically.
Good.
Yeah. Callan, he's done 180 kilos on the Viking. So again, this is for today's demo. He's just kind of my guide to just kind of show me and guide me how this all works. So this is a really low setting for him. So this is where I go alone. We'll see how I take it.
Come on.
Having a chit chat about the next couple events. So I was just saying how I feel like the yoke is probably the most iconic because they do it with such crazy implements. Yeah. And you can always tell a beginner, which hopefully I don't look this bad, but
I don't.
Yeah, it's one of those where people almost do like the drunken stutter, where they're just like, whoa, they can't toe the line because it's such a very like rigid form of like walking that people just don't. Their walking gait, they just have never done that before, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I grew up, I was in the boys' brigade, so I done a lot of marching and stuff. So kind of walking and straight like that stuff to me, that's kind of natural now. But it's just, yeah, it's not my personal favourite. I've never liked it. It's just I'm slow on it and it just feels yucky. To me, to actually do it, watching it's cool, but actually doing it, it feels like hell.
Yeah.
Nice.
Big legs, big press. Push, lovely.
The technique of the Viking press. So this was, I remember this being like a big talking point with Thor and Eddie, right? Yeah. Because Thor was clearly double dipping. So whereas I could already feel at this weight for me, my knees are locked, but because I'm so used to the double layback, I can start to do a little bit of layback. But you're saying that's legal, right?
Yeah, so basically everything's kind of legal to get it up as long as you're not. So say double dipping, that's just the biggest no-no in strongman. So if you're kind of get to there and then you push press again, that's just not allowed at all.
It's almost like a hitch.
Yeah.
Like if you were to deadlift hitch, it almost sounds like the same principle but in a press.
You're allowed to hitch. You're allowed to kind of, what other lifters might see, they're like, oh, what are you doing there? That's a no lift. You know, I train with a couple of power lifters at another gym, and they're like, they see me hitch and do all these weird things, like wearing suits and stuff, like
in the deadlift.
Yeah, in the deadlift, yeah, and they're just like, what are you doing? Like they're just so used to pulling raw, just a belt, not even wraps or straps half the time, literally just pulling it with the belt and that's it.
Yeah. Whereas on press you definitely can't double dip, but there is some layback, right?
Yeah, I mean you can lay back, you can press straight. I mean, it just as long as you're not double dipping, that's just the no-no.
All right. It's those wide legs.
Yeah. Quick time.
I've seen people do this really, really badly, and it's one of those things, my coaching eye, I'm instantly observing the things that people good at this have done, and from what I've seen, I almost imagine my feet are on like railroad tracks, and I'm just trying to straddle like these imaginary rails.
Yeah.
Because whenever I've seen people do this wrong, it looks so unstable because their gait, they're trying to actually walk instead of think of it like this is a heavy back squat. Walk like it's a back squat.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely the preference. I mean what you were doing there was super stable. Obviously you're just lifting experience, that's definitely going to pick you, and you're just going to naturally be able to do it. Whereas a lot of people they'll overthink it to the point of where they don't do what's right. And I mean personally, I'll carry it with a more narrow frame, so I'll just put it as I am, just roughly shoulder width with my legs.
Your shoulders are bigger than that, boy.
But yeah, it's just kind of up to preference. Obviously, I prefer a lot higher, so it's all but skin all on the ground. Obviously, it gives you an easier pick up at the turns, which is where I tend to lose a lot of time.
He is rapid. Holy moly. Oh, holy shit, that's fast. Didn't realize that this is called a farmer's walk. That looked like a farmer sprinting for dear life because he's on someone's ground and he's about to get shotgun. That was fast. And you're like 140 something kilos.
Yeah.
I would not want to be in front of him when he's doing the farmer's walk. That was rapid.
Thanks. So, I mean, yeah, the whole event's about speed. It's your time that you get. We set a distance, you just try and get as fast as you can. I mean, sometimes you will get max distance, but again, you still want to be fast so you're not cooking yourself out as quickly. So for this, it's quite simple, really. You pick it up and you're on with it. So it's not really much to it.
Mr. Speedy Gonzalez. God damn.
All about speed. Come on.
I guess it really goes to show your weak points get highlighted very quickly. Obviously, barbell strength training, and me personally, I do my 7 to 10,000 steps a day, but I don't fucking care about cardio. So grip and being rapid are definitely things that I avoid. And instantly I just like curled into this ugly shape. My shoulders and the farmers were just trying to make a crucifix. I didn't want to hold that straight for hell.
Yeah. So I mean, it's Strongman. People think it is just lifting heavy things and that's sheer, but they don't realise how much fitness it actually takes to do what we do. And it's definitely just such what people don't realise.
Yeah, that was humbling. That one I really, really felt my weaknesses. If I was to pinpoint one thing today, that was it. I'm just like, holy shit, one plate and the whole world was a different place. So humbling, very humbling. So last event of the day, to me, again, this is like the essential strongman event, which is like the stones.
Yep.
You said you've done 160 kilos. That is fucking nuts.
Yeah, so that's every one they've got here. So
man, yeah, that's nuts. It is enormous. I would be happy to clean maybe one of these puppies.
I think you got more in you.
But again, I've just, again, like the log, I just don't even know what the technique is. I don't know where to begin. So
yeah, definitely.
Teach me from scratch, man.
Cool. All you're doing, bending down in a kind of squat movement, hands either side of the stone, lap it, so you're kind of rolling it up, and then you sit, get your hands around the stone, and then hump it up onto the platform.
So it almost sounds a little bit like the log in a way.
Yeah, it's quite similar. Yeah, just obviously not pressed above your head. You're putting up to here.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess you got to show me how it's done, man.
Definitely, yeah.
Ooh. Damn. You made that look easy. Are you serious? This thing is heavy as shit, man. You were kidding. That's not going anywhere.
Squeeze your forearms.
There's nothing here, man. There's definitely no way I can start with that.
That's what attacking comes involved.
Wow. There's no way I can move it. What weight is this?
90.
90 kilos.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I can't start with this.
You're good. Pull it away a little if you want. That's it. Try and get the lips they have there as well. So see, you're kind of going kind of like almost with your hands in there. You want to get your hands straight and like almost pinching them.
Dude, 90 kilos. That thing is so fucking weird to pick up and hold. Like the way he's just kind of using his hand and just holding 90 kilos like that. It's just such a different kind of strength. I've never experienced that. It feels like it's glued to the floor.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you're first doing stones, it's always the pain there. It's like nothing you're doing in the gym. Obviously, the farmers is similar to deadlift, yoke similar to a squat, your logs similar to your overhead. Whereas this is just, you don't find it anywhere else, really. It's just such a unique movement for strongman. And kind of to mitigate, kind of when you were picking it up, that's where tack comes involved. It's basically the sticky tree sap stuff. It's horrible to get on, it's horrible to get off, it's horrible to use, it stings like buggery, but it's the only way you're getting the stones up. And right under it, right at the happy point, that's it, yeah. Roll up into your lap. Perfect, that's it. Around it, and up. Make it first.
That feels realistic. I can train with that.
There you go. Let's see this. Right under it. use your legs. There you go. Nice. Keep it there. Big hip thrust up. Come on.
Yeah, just got a balance when I lapped it.
Yeah.
But once I had it in my knees again, like this feeling of the way your wrist has to kind of flex, and you're holding a fucking concrete brick, and you're throwing it into your lap. But again, kind of like the yoke, where I've kind of observed from afar of how you kind of bring the knees in to cradle it, and then you're like bear hugging it, and then you kind of do that crazy kind of whip extension. I kind of, from an observation, I can kind of see all that and be like, that makes a lot of sense. But it really is literally that just simple motion of like holding your wrist like this and picking up 90 kilos like that. There's no strength there. There is no end range strength there because I've never trained it. And yeah, it's just wild to see him just pick that up. And that's the one he wanted me to start with was a 90. But I'll try again and see what happens.
Yeah, I think you've got it. Back up. Because that's the thing you've done before. Come on. There you go. Lovely. Nice.
I'm really happy with that.
Nice one, Matt.
When he first told me to get my fingers right underneath, I kind of thought they were there, but literally what I did on that last one was I kind of like rolled the ball so it actually crushed my fingers on one side, and then I rolled it so it crushed my fingers on the other. And then again, I didn't waste time. I just didn't try and use my arms to do it. I just hiked it up to my lap, and then again from the lap position, I felt like I could just rest and focus on the next bit.
Yeah, when you get it on your lap, you can kind of take a second to chill if you need to. And that's probably a good place to rest. You don't want to rest too long because this event, again, is about speed. Generally, you'll have, I don't know, say, if I think about UK's just there, they had 100, 115, 130, 150, 160 kilo stone. They had to do that. I think they were getting roughly about 20 seconds. Wow. They were getting all of them up. Nuts. So it's all about speed, technique, and just being there and being ready.
Sweet. Well, maybe I'll try the next stone.
I think you've got it.
I'm going to try the next stone. I'm feeling a bit more cocky now, so let's give it a go.
So that's the bottom there, so I'm going to swivel that back, try and get to the sides.
So I should have it this way down?
Kind of, yeah, about there.
Yeah. Oh, right, because you want to get your fingers here.
No, you don't want to get your fingers. Yeah, that's good, yeah. If you're going round from the outside, yeah. That's good. You get it right underneath it. That's good, yeah. Come on. Come on, let's see this. Good. That's it. Big extension. Yeah! Easy. Easy. All day.
That was nice.
Nice, man, yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah, good, yeah.
That's a good day, 100 kilos. All right. Let's get it. Go on. All right, man. 120 kilos. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That's so easy. That's just so easy. Oh, baby. Beautiful. Absolutely. A wicked day. Yeah. I pretty much was, in a sense, I was kind of nervous to do this Strongman Day, and I guess the context is like whenever I see Strongman, and whether it's on Instagram, social media, on World's Strongest Man at Christmas, whatever, you're just so used to seeing the elite level do stuff, and they, especially like with stones, I guess I was always worried because you see so many bicep ruptures, but you see that in powerlifting too, right? So I don't know what it was in me that's always had a hesitation to want to try this stuff, but again, I've been taught by someone who's been there, had the experience, competes, clearly is fucking strong at this stuff. He made 140 look like nothing on the stone. I mean, I'm really excited that I did 100 kilos because again, like I already said, like when I just tried 90 for the very first time, I had no idea how to kind of grasp it. And fuck me, that was really satisfying to get the 100 kilo. So
for your first goal, that's really, really good. Like, I've never seen someone do that before.
No?
No.
Oh, well, there you are. There you are. So it pays to be strong before you do Strongman. So, if anyone wants to follow you on Instagram or social media, where can they find you?
Yeah, so on TikTok, I'm just Callan Strongman. On Instagram, my name's Sinky. It's got 3 S's and 3 Y's. Don't ask why. And I've also produced music as well, Sellout/Burnout. That's my name. Gonna make some hip hop, and made some synthwave, some kind of just different types of music that you'll hopefully enjoy.
Sweet, man. Well, I've had a great time. This is Beautiful Strength, Carl Ragavan, Mr. Sinclair. This has been a great day. I'm so happy, man. This has been awesome, man.
Good.
I'm excited. So, as you already guys know, the barber never lies. We're out.